My name's John Reagan. I'm the founder and CEO of E-Powersport.com. And I'm coming today from my garage to talk to you about our company, why we created it, and some of the issues we've seen in the e-bike industry, as well as some of our future plans and direction where we're going. First, I do want to say that this is my real hair, in case you were wondering. And just like my real hair, our website is very real. It is ready. You can order an e-bike off there. The prices are real. I understand that some of you may not be used to getting e-bikes for hundreds of dollars less than what you normally see them at, and that would normally mean it's a scam. It's not a scam. We are delivering bikes. We are selling bikes, and we are getting them to you usually within 7 to 10 business days. So keep that in mind. If that was something holding you up from buying a bike, go ahead, go get on the site, buy yourself an e-bike, get a killer deal. Love to help you with it. Love to see you ride, that's for sure. So me, basically, my name's John Reagan. I founded e-powersport.com, and my background is 20 years of talent acquisition and advisory services to executives in lots of different industries. I've worked mostly with tech, IBM, Microsoft, Siemens, Amazon, Venetian. I've worked with small and medium-sized companies to help them better understand their business processes and how that can align to be more efficient. And so what I've done here is taken a lot of that back-end infrastructure knowledge so that we can have an enterprise level scalable set of systems that allow us to operate like a much larger company. So applying those principles, I've been able to reduce costs significantly while still being able to maintain high customer satisfaction and high customer touch levels. So now that you know a little bit about me, let's take a little look into why we started this company and what we're going to be doing here. First of all, we weren't totally satisfied with a lot of the e-bikes that we found on the market today. We found them to be either heavy or clunky or promising a certain level of mileage and not delivering that mileage, with the caveats, of course, that it's this, that, and the other thing. And so when we looked at that, we felt the market could use some integrity and some trust capability. And so that was one of the first problems we looked to address. Second, we found that they were fairly expensive and not well supported for the price. So that was another thing we looked at, was how could we make sure we were applying an appropriate price for both the quality and support we were providing to the customer on their new e-bike. So once we started looking at that, we realized that we could make improvements here, and we could make significant enough improvements in this space that it warranted starting a business. And so we launched e-powersport.com September 4th of this year. And since then, we've been able to grow our product lines. We are now the internet retail front for Coulter US, a new line of electric motorcycle here in the US, as well as their media presence. We're going to help them expand and grow their footprint here as well, and have recently signed on with a name that in the e-bike industry is already synonymous with high quality, top-notch e-bikes that just you can't really find anywhere else. So we'll talk a little bit about that later in a few more minutes, but right now I do want to remind everybody that we are doing a drawing. We have two PC1, that's the Paselec PC1, this orange bike you see right here. We have them in gray, one in gray and one in black, and we are doing a giveaway the first week or so of December, where we will raffle it off. If you win, you just pay the shipping and any applicable tax, and we'll send it right out to you. So stay tuned throughout, and we'll talk a little more about that and how that's going to work. And so that way, hopefully this Christmas, somebody gets some free bikes. Those, by the way, are $800 on our website. You can buy those right now. www.e-powersport.com. Yeah, we ship those out. They're ready to go. Right here in the U.S. to get to you 7 to 10 business days. But that was something that we really wanted to do too. Like when we looked at the delivery aspect of e-bikes, we found that they were just extended beyond belief. There was a company recently that finally delivered its e-bikes after a year of people having purchased them, and we just did not find that to be acceptable. So luckily though, we've ended up with a team, a small group right at the moment, who's very passionate about bringing quality performing electric motorcycles and bikes at a reasonable price to market. And when I say reasonable price, I mean reasonable price based on the quality they represent. We'll talk a little more about that as well and how that falls in with our product tiers. So back to our team. We do have industry professionals in both international business, international business, international trade, motorcycle design and development, bicycle frame development, materials design, electronics, and there are more people that we are bringing on to work with to help build this out bigger and bigger every day. So I would love to give you like executive rundowns. We're going to get those together, get things on the site and stuff, and we'll have more of that coming. But just know that there is collectively, 100+ years of experience, and then some in these businesses, in these manufacturing companies, going into supporting you and these products. So don't worry, they are supported. There's a lot of us here with a lot of experience to make sure you are getting well taken care of. We're already talking with our manufacturers about new developments. We're already working with their engineering and R&D departments on new products. We're talking with franchisees so that they can franchise the E-Powersport or one of our other 2 domain names available for our franchisees, so that they can have this same model. As I mentioned before, we have enterprise infrastructure systems. Those are enterprise grade. They are scalable as well as portable and implementable very easily. So if you sign on with us as a franchise, you'll be able to take advantage of the same systems and cost effectiveness that we have, so that you can continue to offer these same prices as well. Let's see. Additionally, we've launched a first of its kind set of support programs that other manufacturers don't have. We will virtually assist you when necessary, or via phone or video, in assembly of your bike. They don't take much. You usually just put a front wheel and the handlebars on, charge the battery, you're good to go. But for some people, they might want somebody to help and assist, and we'll be there to help and assist you with it. Additionally, if you're local to one of our shops that we're going to be setting up, you can come in and we will have that assembled and ready to go for you as well, and give you the orientation time you need to get that, to understand what you're doing. It's a 30-minute free orientation, comes with all of our e-bikes that we sell. We'll also be doing similar programs on our e-enduros and e-motorcycles, so keep an eye out for those coming. And we'll talk some more about those products too. There's just a lot to cover. So much happened just in the last 2 months since we started this company. Yeah, it's just a whirlwind. It's insane. Additionally, we have a one of its kind shop-to-shop consultation for the lifetime that you own that e-bike. So from the time you buy that bike, if you're not located near our shops and you go to another shop, they don't know how to work on it, you can have them call us and we will explain the details of working on the bike to them to help with that knowledge share, to help spread that understanding. So we're not just here to close off the doors. Some things are proprietary. Obviously, we'll work on those ourselves. But whenever possible, we will work with these shops to make sure they can work on your bike. So you're not out a bike, they don't mess it up, things like that. Let's see. So I did Um, yeah, I did want to touch on something else, but I'll probably come back to that in a minute. It's a little emotional for me, and I don't know. I've done one take of this already, and yeah, it's a tough one to get through, but it does get to the deeper meaning of why this and why now, and we'll get to that. So I was told I can't say things directly about our competition. My the franchisee I mentioned, we went over this speech and stuff earlier, and even though he loves my passion and I may be right on some of these points, I was asked not to bring up certain things, and I won't bring up certain things, but just know that I definitely have some opinions about some of the other companies in the business. And I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying our units are, without, improvement that can be made. But I will say that when I sell you a product, it's because I feel that the price I'm bringing it to you at is equivalent to the quality level that you're getting. Okay? A lot of the industry currently, in looking at it, I think they provide you with a product that doesn't have that quality to price alignment. I think the price is very high, and even more so, most companies are talking about raising those prices even higher. We are looking at trying to find ways to lower prices where possible, as well as maintain the alignment between the price and the quality for what you're purchasing. And we'll always provide top level support for all of the bikes that you buy from us. So we're working through training on some of that too. We'll get to that in a sec. Now I'll talk about that guy's motorcycle. Sorry. Let's see here. I can't talk about those shipping issues. So shipping issues. Let's talk about that for a second. Our e-bikes are almost all U.S. stock. So we're able to deliver those to you, our e-bikes, within 7 to 10 business days. No issues there. If we can't, we will let you know. And there's usually a ship en route with new bikes in it. We usually get them in every 30 to 45 days, essentially every docking period. Our other bikes, as outlined, whether they're U.S. stock or whether we're shipping them in, we'll let you know. But there are some shipping issues and delays. We don't seem to be experiencing as bad a delay as some other companies are right now, and I think a lot of that actually has to do with our relative size and being smaller. I think our stuff gets to slip in, slide through side door, whereas their deliveries are much larger, not able to quite fit through the side door. They have to go through the front. So I don't know why exactly, but it does appear that our deliveries tend to get through a little bit better. So one of the things that I kind of want to talk about too is the type of business model that we've built here. Because I know it's very passé for companies to include other companies in their business. I know a lot of stuff nowadays is about trying to do everything in-house. And when I started looking at these models, I came to the conclusion that it works better if we collaborate to everybody's strengths and best interests. And so setting up ePowersport.com, I looked at it as a way to represent these companies the way I'd represented companies as a talent acquisition specialist, but without having to put my name on their homework, as I see other people in the industry, in the e-bike industry do, which tends to raise prices and increase delivery times. So in our market, companies will be represented by themselves. They will have their names on their units unless for some reason they don't want to, such as in the case of our e-Enduros, and we take on that manufacturing responsibility. And we'll talk more about that too. But so what we created here is what I like to call a international collaborative business model. Much like the Coulter electric motorcycle that we're selling, We work across borders with lots of different companies so that we can bring great prices and great products to market. Things that, if you're just one company, your interests in other areas might negate even creating such a product. But for us, with the love and the passion and the desire just to see these things brought to life collectively, I think we have a greater chance, and I'm already seeing that with some of the collaborations that I can't talk about, but hopefully next year you're gonna see some just amazing things. So Coulter, to go back to them, and I will talk about them a little more, but I really like them because they represent the model basis for our international collaborative business model. Coulter being a German design house and engineering house, who then has manufacturing in China, who then ships that manufactured product to us here in the US, and we perform our quality checks, our QC, as well as support and sales. That's what we're good at. That's what we're all good at across those stages. That's where our companies are skilled, and so that's what we focus in. And we support each other in that. Similar thing across our e-bikes, same thing across our enduros, and you'll see the same thing across our accessory lines as they come on board, and our new dealership agreements that I'll be talking about in just a minute. So real quick, I want to cut in on some of that. Remember, we do have 2 Paselec PC1s that we're giving away that first week in December. In order to win those, the first thing I would like to see is at least 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I mean, let's just, have your little brother click subscribe. Well, don't do that, but you know what I'm saying. Just subscribe, 1,000 people. Just get 1,000. That's cool. That'll start it. That'll trigger us. And within the next 3-4 weeks, if we can get 1,000 people, it's only $250 a week to hit that subscribe button. We will put these up and available. All right, that'll trigger it. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is how you register, because just subscribing is one thing. You will have to do a registration. We need some more information than just the click button. We need more than that. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get to some of these other things here, though. So, when it comes to the Coulter, when it comes to our team, as I mentioned, we have collectively 100 plus years of experience in order to deliver these products. So though we may have some growing pains here and there, I think what you're going to see eventually in a short period of time is just amazing products at great prices that most people can afford. And that's been our goal this whole time, is to get these things in so that most everybody can afford to have one. So then, I guess let me get to our products on that, which, by the way, I've been standing in front of just on purpose because I didn't want you to think about these while I was talking about some of the other stuff. But this is the Paselec line. We carry these along with our with Contacts, who is our carbon fiber line. We don't have a unit here because they sell out so quick. They are very nice and highly sought after bikes, but we will have one soon. In the Paselec lineup, we have a lot of different selection, and one of the biggest reasons we carry them is because their aluminum frame, even when I've taken it into local bike shops, has passed every check. They've said the frames are great, the components are good enough, and they say there's nothing wrong with them. There's no issue, this is solid as they would expect it, this clicks as you would expect it, the chains and the stuff are just as you would expect. And then when I tell them what the price is on them, their face changes. Almost like, say what? And then I tell them, oh, I sell them too. And then their face really changes. Not like I surprise them or anything, but just like, how? How can you sell me that for $800? How can you sell me that for $850 when I have to sell it for twice as much in my store? That's the secret, right? So, anyway, so that's why when you go to our site, again, it is a real site, you will find these units for less than anywhere else on the web, and we can still provide you with that quality of support that you would expect spending hundreds of dollars on something, thousands of dollars on something. So our Paselec line is our not entry level, but I would say our budget level line. They come in price ranges anywhere from with coupon code 750 up to $16.99 for the GS9 Plus. You may or may not recognize the names listed on the components, but they come with a full warranty. The frames are guaranteed for 3 years. All the components are guaranteed for a year. All you have to do is let us know what you need. We'll troubleshoot it. If necessary, we'll get it fixed, sent out, whatever you need there. So no problem with those. Those are actually really nice bikes. We've been test riding all these. I beat on them pretty hard. I'm not nice about it. I take what I call the Eddie Bauer. Pardon me, Nordstrom's or whoever owns that, but I'm just the man's name, not title name, brand name. But I take that approach. I think you have to really test your product and live that life to know if it's going to be good for others who want to use it. So that's our Paselec line. That gets us in there. The contacts are carbon fiber bikes. They come in 20 and 26 inch model wheels. You can read all about those on the website. Now I'd actually like to move on to the Enduro line though, which currently I only have one here right now, which has been our demo and test model. This is a thoroughbred. Oh, you heard the alarm. They don't come with an alarm, but I do sell an alarm, and it fits really nicely in here. But this is thoroughbred number 1 of our 8 kilowatt 72 volt model. And I will be keeping this as our demo and show bike. As we've looked at these, we've come to realize there are some things that required us to take on more of a manufacturing role here in the US around them. And so we're working to, we've actually got it taken care of now to where we will be having these finished by a very reputable and high quality tolerance company. And we will essentially be assembling them, or even you might say reassembling them here in the US specific to how we want them to be. So there's going to be some changes that we make to where things are and how the design is in order to make sure that it is it's just nice. We'll get there. But essentially these Enduros right now, because we are just starting up, there are serial numbers available 1 through 10 of each of the models. Models are based on power and battery pack, not color scheme. So keep that in mind. Additionally, as we move forward, we're going to begin offering these in completely custom paint jobs. So we're just getting started. We're 2 months in. Give me a couple more months. We'll have these ready for you in custom colors and stuff. But that's just the beginning. We've also teamed up with Coulter US, as I mentioned before, and we are offering their complete product line of electric motorcycles, starting with the ES1 and the ES1 Pro, or ES1X as it's called. As I mentioned before, Coulter is a German, Chinese, US collaboration. We're all working collectively to bring this product to market. It's already been in development for 3 years. We have our full production set now, and we're tweaking and tuning and making sure we can get those things not just to where we say they are on the production sheet, but farther, right? That's the next step. And so we are working on that. It's building up. They're available now. You can register it to ride, and it meets the specs we have. And again, just getting better, right? Better and better and better. Beyond that, I don't think I mentioned, maybe in this video, done a couple takes, I'm sorry, but Coulter has asked E-Powersport.com to take on the retail internet role for them, as well as help them with their back-end systems and getting things set up. And that's going to further integrate us even more with the Coulter US family. We'll also be able to, under our franchise options, our franchise agreements, we'll be able to sign you up as a Coulter dealership in a full package. So you'll get all of our brands available to you, as well as the Coulters and everything else that we have to offer. Just some wonderful, wonderful stuff there. Also, I wanted to mention, we just recently, as of this week, first week of November, have been approved as a dealer for Watt Wagons. And I don't know if you know who Watt Wagons are, but they are a top level premier e-bike. They are obsessive over the details. They are obsessive over the tolerances. And even though we set up this company to provide people price accessible e-bikes, after talking with them and going over their product line currently and what's coming up, we had to be a part of what they're doing. So I'm very, very happy to say that not just Coulter electric motorcycles, but we also are now a dealer for Watt Wagons. And there is going to just be some amazing stuff coming. It's just, I can't even explain it. I can't even talk about it. But that's a good one. So yeah, so those things are coming out. We'll have that coming out in the next few weeks. And then we are just going to keep going. We're just going to keep accelerating with accessories. We're going to keep moving on with newer models and stuff. And we're going to keep going into newer and newer technology on these bikes. So, so when we got rid of the bumps and some of the issues that exist with e-bike ownership, we did our best to remove all the fluff that existed in the business models so that we could make these as pricing accessible for everyone as possible. And then, a little podium, like my cat podium. I got a cat stand as a podium. So once we're at 20, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just break for a second on this. When we're like some $20-50 million company, like 5 years from now, I want to set this up just the same way with the cat podium. Somebody remind me, because I'm sure by then I'll be like, I did? Oh, I did. Yeah, it'll be fun. Trust me, we'll have a good time on that one. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. So, aside from working down the pricing so that we can get as many people on this electric transportation as possible, we've opened the lines of communication up so that we can support you even better, and we rigorously test our own products. We live the lifestyle to sell these things. So don't think we're just people that bought some bikes and we have them sitting in a warehouse and we're just sending them out to you through a computer. No, we live it. So, yeah. So we're really working so that we can improve our products and improve our process so that we can achieve those best possible outcomes for you and your e-bike ownership. And as far as what we have now, right, and what we're doing, what I've already talked about, we're not even stopping. I've already got things in the works for next spring where we'll have a whole mid-tier line where we'll have our Paselec through to our Enduros. We'll have a mid-tier line of e-bikes which will be able to get you 120 miles on a charge and have robust, strong motors to be able to tow and get you around. And we'll come in at around 5,000 or less. I think the one I'm looking at doing right now is about 3,800. And then with the addition of Watt Wagons, we'll have our premier line. We exist at the top rung. So if you, whatever price range you want to spend, whatever features you're looking for, whatever your interest is, we will be able to cover it across the board for you. And we will continue to provide first of its kind, top level support for everything we sell. And once we open our shops, you'll get that same support for pretty much any bike you bring in that they're willing to allow us to work on. I say that because some manufacturers don't like you to work on their bikes, just depending, but that's a whole other conversation. So some of the things that we're working on for the future, I want to bring up. We all know that lithium-ion battery packs are great. They're an amazing thing, but they do have some volatility in some cases. And so we are already in talks, especially on the Enduros, to get, I don't want to say safer battery packs, but ones that when issues arise are less prone to flammability. Not to say these ones are, but it is always a potential that could happen. Some of the new packs you may have heard, a large car manufacturing company that does like the best EVs known EV car company is moving to these same types of battery packs, and we will also be looking to move to those as well here in the near future. Our dealership agreement with Wagons, I cannot talk enough about that. And Coulter, these things are just huge for us, and we're going to be putting that all together in a cohesive franchisee package and offering that. We also offer commercial sales. If you want to buy for your organization, if you want to do sample tests and just reviews, just let us know. It's all on the website. We have forums there you can check out. And we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep building. We're just going to keep working with our manufacturers, building stronger relationships, coming out with new innovative products, and getting it to you at the most reasonable price for that quality level. That's the thing that has driven me crazy. First of all, you don't have to destroy the world to conquer it, as you may see under the title here. Secondly, an e-bike, even one to get you 30 or 40 miles down the road, which all of these will, shouldn't cost you $2,000 and $3,000. And you know what? Only the Enduro will cost you as much as that. Not any single one of these is more than $2,000. They're all less than $2,000, and a couple of them are less than $1,000. Actually, 3 of them are less than $1,000. So, if you need transportation, if you need a good solid e-bike, if you need somebody to help you in your journey, support you, and walk you and guide you through it, come to E-Powersport.com. We'll take care of you. All right. Oh, wait. Before I go, did this on the last one, but not this time. So, big thing, the bikes. So somebody wants free bikes. Who wants free bikes? Post it. Put it online. Get it out there. Like I said, first thing is we need 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Button. 1,000. That's it. Once we hit 1,000, we'll activate it. Okay? The next thing is you do need to go to the website, www.e-powersport.com. Okay? See it on the shirt. I can get you a bumper sticker. What more do you need? Up in the right-hand corner, you can sign up or log in. Please sign up. Provide us your name, valid contact information, and an email address. We will need to verify address and things like that, and we will be sending out appropriate tax documentation, so on and so forth. But once you've signed up, you're entered. If you buy a new e-bike from us, you're entered. So those of you that have already purchased an e-bike from ePowersport.com, guess what? You're already entered to win one of 2 $800 PC1 electric bikes. All right. So if you're looking for a new bike and you want to have an opportunity, there you go. If you're not looking for a new bike but you want an opportunity to win one, there you go. But yeah, your information needs to be that you register with will need to be verifiable. You will need to pay any applicable taxes as well as any shipping to your location. This is offered, well, I guess if you're paying the shipping, I can send it pretty much wherever you want to ship it to. But just U.S. residents only. Again, you're paying shipping, so wherever you need that to go, I'll send it to you. And I will need your information for just the tax purposes on that, but we'll square that all away when you win it. So that's all right. So what you need to do, if you want to win one of 2 PC1 Paselec PC1s, that orange one right back there, right? I have it in black and gray, really nice look. Subscribe below. If you get 1,000, we're gonna give them away, and go to the site and register. Right? Once you register, you're in. If you buy a new bike, you're in. So either buy a bike off the site or register. No purchase necessary if you don't want to. We're giving them away. 2 bikes, $800 value each. Go to it.